Hello students, this is Sudeep Yadav from Spectrum Chemistry, and students, if you are watching this video, so please like and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get a best explanation of NCERT book class 7th subject science. And students, today here we are going to discuss the fifth part of the chapter reproduction in plants. And today in this part we are going to discuss about the pollination. So let's start students. What is pollination? Let's see. So the question is here, how the male gametes reach the female gametes in plants. So the male and female gametes fuse and they form a zygote. The male gametes reach the female gametes by the process of pollination, and the pollen grains have a tough covering which allows them in surviving the different climatic conditions. Due to their lightweight, winds and water often carry them away to different plants. Sometimes the pollen grains also get attached to insects which carry called pollination. Okay, so this is the whole process of pollination. So you can see here there is a pollination process. Okay, now types of pollination. Here's the two types of the pollination. So let's see. Number first, that is the self pollination, or this is also known as autogamy. When the pollen grains land on the stigma of the same flower, so means this is the self pollination or autogamy. But second one, that is the cross pollination, that is also known as xenogamy. When the pollen grains land on the stigma of a different flower, whether of similar kind or different kind, so this kind of the pollination is known as a xenogamy or cross pollination. And you can see in this figure there is a cross pollination as well as the self pollination, that is also known as a xenogamy, that is the cross pollination, and autogamy, that is the self pollination. Okay, now fertilization process. A zygote is formed as the fusion between the male and female gametes occurs. This process of formation of the zygote is called the fertilization. Means after the fusion process, the zygote will form. So this zygote formation is known as a fertilization. Then the zygote develops and turns in an embryo. Okay, so you can see here the pollen grains will come on the stigma. Okay, and it will convert into a long tube. Okay, by which the nucleus, okay, that is the pollen grain, okay, having the nucleus, okay, it will reach to the another female gamete, that is known as a ovum, and then both will be fused together and then it will convert into a zygote. So this is known as a fertilization. So you can see in this figure. Okay, now how fruits and seeds are formed. After the fertilization process, the ovary of the flowers grows and develops into a fruit. The remaining parts of the flower fall off, the ovules develop and form the seeds of the fruits. The embryo is enclosed inside the seeds. Some fruits are fleshy and juicy, such as mango, apple, orange, and some fruits are hard like almonds and walnuts. So here you can see the formation of the fruit, and this fruit will convert into the germinating seed embryo. In the seed there is an embryo, okay, and it will convert into germinating seed, and this will be the seeding. Okay, in the next step, and this seeding, the resulting of the seeding, it will convert into a new plant. Okay, so this is the whole process. Now, what is seed dispersal? The transportation of seeds from the parent plant to the different places is called seed dispersal. Seed dispersal allows growth of the same kind of plants in different regions. This is helpful because it minimizes the competition for the food, sunlight, water and minerals among the plants of the same kind in the same area. Okay, so this is the seed dispersal. It is also allows them to grow in different habitats. Okay, now how the dispersal of the seeds occur. Let's see. Winds, drumstick, maple, that is the winged seeds, grasses, lightweight seeds, oak, hairy seeds, sunflower, hairy fruits. Okay, so these all are the specific kinds of the seeds, those having the winds, and these, by the help of these wings, they can travel a long distance. Okay, with the help of wind. Okay, with the hairs and the wings they having. Okay, so they can travel a long distance. Okay, so this is the winds responsible for their dispersal. Okay, now next, water. Coconut seeds with the spongy and the fibrous coating, so to float in the water. So this is the, you can see here in the first one figure, this is the coconut seed. Okay, so you can see here. Now animals, through the animals it is possible to dispersal of the seeds. So that is spiny seeds like xanthan and the urena get attached to the bodies of the animals. So they having the spikes, so these spikes help to attach the body of the to attach animal's body. Okay, and through which they can travel a long distance. Now fruit bursts, that is the castor and the balsam, means here the mature fruits will burst and the seeds will disperse. Okay, so here you can see there is a balsam and the castor. Okay, so I hope students